Hello family, my name is Chris, I am your home gamer dad, and welcome to my next session of Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid, this one featuring the Omega Rangers. So if you haven't seen my breakdown already of the Omega Rangers, I highly recommend going in to check that out. This way you get a little bit more of a background about the characters that I'm going to be playing as today, but for all of those out there that may not know, Jason, Zach, and Trini, yes, from the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, have gained new powers, these like extreme powerful cosmic morphing grid hyper powers or whatever, and are the last line of defense against various galactic evils, hence the Omega in their name. There is a fourth member to the Omega Rangers, a blue Omega Ranger, but unfortunately that does not exist within this game right now. Hopefully one day we'll be able to see it, whether it be Kia, the original Blue Ranger, or Yale, whatever, the big cat. If you don't know anything about the blue Omega Ranger, at least when she went crazy psycho that wanted to kill all Power Rangers, definitely check out my villains breakdown that I did not too long ago and covered her along with other Boom comic book style villains that you would see throughout those various storylines, Shattered Grid and Necessary Evil, which is what these three are from. They're from the Necessary Evil storyline, or at least that's where they were first introduced as the Omega Rangers. If you're looking to pick them up for your game, you can find all three of them at once in the Rangers United big box set. There you'll also find Dane, which is a Nemesis character, Kia, which is the villain that I just talked about, the blue Omega Ranger that went crazy, along with Beast Morphers and I believe the Purple Solar Ranger, which is their own thing in the comics as well. Any purchases made through that or any of the affiliate links I have on here go a long way to helping the channel, and just you guys are amazing if you do that, and I would thank you all so much for taking the consideration, but at the very least, checking out all of these parts, because if you're new here, this is a 3-part session that I'm going to be putting up here, and of course, letting me know your thoughts, comments, and whatever as I go through the various rounds, foot soldiers, and other things from this game. All right, with all that said and done, let's get ourselves down to the table so we can start this up. I'll give you guys a little bit more background on the Rangers that I'm going to be playing as, what villains I'm going to be going up against for the course of this session, and then something special that I will be doing with the Zords that I think is really thematic and really cool, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it as well. Let me know what you think as I play it. So, are we ready? Here we go. Omega powers ready? It's morphin' time. Omega fire power. Omega air power. Omega earth power. Omega now. Omega forever. All morphed up and ready to go. So for my center, I have the Astro Mega Ship. It doesn't really matter at all because in solo mode, any of the effects of the center circle don't really mean anything. So as soon as my team jumps off of this, I'm never going to really get back on it ever. What I decided to do in terms of foot soldier wise is I have the Ranger Sentries, which is like the upgrade version of the Mastodon Troopers, and the Chaos Putties, which is the upgraded version of the Putty Patrol. I chose these because I figure this is going to be like a comic book heavy session, like my last 2 breakdowns were. I wanted to kind of stick within that theme, so I use this Ranger Sentries and the Chaos Putties. I was thinking about Ranger Sentries and the Mastodon Troopers, but I think this is better because I'm able to use other locations that are more familiar to Jason, Trini, and Zach, like Ernie's Juice Bar and Angel Grove Park. Of course, if I had the high school, that'd even better, but the Ranger Sentries go to the Zord Graveyard and the Resistance Hideout, which, by the way, out of the numbers, 6, 6, 5, and 5. The other thing you may notice is that there are no health tokens in the center here. That's because my buddy Paul went above and beyond and has started to create some amazing, amazing tokens for this game. Let's take it on over here so you can see exactly what I mean. First off, we have these up here. Back to action, a phrase that was coined by Jason in the original season 1 of MMPR when they were standing in the command center and, you know, they basically had to regroup. And after they were done with that, he'd be like, back to action. These are my lives. So if one of my Rangers ever go down, I would flip it over. And now I don't have that anymore. Basically the exact same thing as would be in the Megaship. But, you know, rather than having the particular energy tokens or whatever, Paul made these in order to just have a better representation of it. Even the tokens that I use to represent the once per battle abilities have all been upgraded because they were originally just like a nice thick stock of paper with like laminate on them and everything. but now he's kind of put them onto these heavier, nice wooden bases, and they just feel and look amazing. Let's all encourage Paul to start up his Etsy store, which I know him and his wife been talking about, because I think he can do really well making tokens, not only for Heroes of the Grid, though that'll be like his main thing he does, but for a lot of different games. So we have those, we have those. This is another original token he made called a Power Boost. This is made for any card that you play where the next card you do something would like add a, extra dice, extra damage, or something like that. A reminder token of sorts. This way you knew your Rangers got a power boost for their next attack. In addition to that, we have upgraded guard tokens, a little bit bigger, a little bit heavier, and way, way amazing and nice. And then upgraded passive tokens as well with Zed Staff and the word passive on it. Eventually, he's going to be making these tokens in like foot soldier, like the foot soldier heads would be on here. He doesn't like minis, and I don't blame him. This game has a ton of minis, and there are times when I wish these were acrylic statues or acrylic pieces rather than minis. But he's made tokens that look like this, and I want a lot of them that have the foot soldiers, because if you beat one of these with a foot soldier, they fit so nicely in like this little groove here. It's wonderful. It's like a glove, let me tell you. Outstanding. So there we go. So those are the new tokens and the new things for this particular session. And of course, you know, there'll be just new stuff going forward and whatnot, and I'll be using them to kind of keep track of all kinds of stuff. Our Omega Rangers over here, let's now talk about them. Trini, Zach, and Jason. Trini, Omega Earth Power. Once per battle, when any Ranger plays an attack card, they may discard another card with the same name from their hand. If they do, add 2 dice to that attack. Fantastic. Zach, Omega Air Power. Once per battle, at the start of any Ranger turn, you may remove 1 hit token from an enemy card of your choice. And if you do, you place 1 hit token on up to 2 other cards. I can't wait to show that in action. That's going to be amazing. One of my favorite things in this is, you know, dividing out damage like that. And then Omega Firepower from Jason. He's going to basically be our leader through the whole thing. Once per battle, when any Ranger performs an attack, you may remove all miss results from that attack. If you do, the next time any Ranger performs an attack, they add that many dice. This is where the power-up token would come into play, just as a reminder that something will go into the next Ranger's attack. We have 5 action tokens. We'll get up to 7 throughout the course of the game as we defeat the monsters. 2 energy in the pool. Of course, that'll grow as we do other things. Energy tokens for each of our Rangers. These hit tokens are going to represent the defeated foot soldiers. Once I have 6, I get a Zord. And now for the Zord stack. If you notice in this stack, it's a little bit thicker than your normal Zords. So the top 3 Zords are the Omega Zords, as would be expected. But now I have 6 more Zords underneath it. There is no Megazord in this stack. The Omega Zords did not, or the Omega Rangers did not come with a Megazord. So I chose not to use a Megazord. Instead, what I'm going to do is level 1, 2, and 3 are going to be 1 pulls apiece. That's how they're going to get their Zords. And then levels 4, 5, and 6, I'm actually drawing 2 Zords apiece from the stack. Those Zords were very specifically chosen, so once we find them, because I will plan on doing that, you'll see exactly what I mean. With all that set up and done, let's go ahead and start. Again, we got our Chaos Putties and our Ranger Sentries here. This is going to be represented by the Mastodon Troopers and the regular Putties from within this deck. So once you see those pop up here in the deployment cards, that's how you know which is which. So Mastodon Troopers will be the Sentries, regular Putties will be the Chaos Putties, and then within the deck itself, because I've been doing a lot of the Boom comic stuff, you can probably get a good idea of who to expect within this version, within this session. So let's go ahead and start round 1 of our deployment and begin saving the world. All right, here we go. Our first deployment happens to be 2 Chaos Putties to the Zord Graveyard. We're not going to be coming across any monsters or whatever this first round, but I definitely want to try to get as many foot soldiers on here as possible so we can start earning those Zords. Number 2 happens to be 2 Ranger Sentries at Ernie's Juice Bar. Those aren't the Rangers, Ernie. They're not the royal ones. They're powered up imposters from Lord Drakon that happen to be in this particular setting right now. So don't serve them or double charge them. That might be better. Double charge them. All right, here we go. Draw number 3. Remember, there's 5 draws apiece. Hey, I'm okay with getting all these doubles all the time, but I'm not okay with everything being in all the different areas. 2 Chaos Putties to the Resistance Hideout. Am I going to get 2 Mastodon Troopers going to Angel Grove Park? Because that'd be funny having the ones from the future go to the past, one from the past go to the future. Or maybe not future, maybe more of like alternate timelines and whatnot, because that was the big thing about Shattered Grid, going from timeline to timeline to timeline and just seeing all the different groups of Rangers going up against Drakon. I really need to read those. Those are just some awesome, awesome storylines. Oh, I was right. How did that happen? Wow. Okay, so 3 Ranger Sentries going to Angel Grove Park, and now there's a little bit of everything on the board. Oh boy. All right, so we got 3 going over here, and then whatever this 5th one is will really determine where we go, because one of these places is going to get 4 on it, except for this one might get 5. I hope this stays at 3, because then, yeah, all right, let's just see what the draw is. All right, 5th and final draw. We have 2 more, Chaos Putties heading to the Zord Graveyard. Okay, so these 2 are here. So we got 2 up here. We got 3 here, 2 and 2. All right, so based off of this, let's do some strategy. All right, so ideally speaking, what we're going to want to do is we're going to be moving our entire team up to the Zord Graveyard first and taking down these 4 putties. We get those 4 down, so that'd be really good for, for getting a Zord. And then we'll use, so that's 1 to move, 2 to battle, 3 to move to Angel Grove Park, 4 to battle there, with a 5th particular energy in order to recharge, because we only get 5 this particular round. I will definitely get 1 Zord amidst it all, so yeah, I think that's exactly what we do. So let's go ahead and do that. We're just going to flip this for 1 in order to say that was our movement, and then we're going to go ahead and flip, come back here, it fell off the board, there, to initiate the battle. Let's zoom on into the Zord Graveyard and start this run. The Omega Rangers teleport in order to find these hypercharged putties digging through scraps of Zords. What could they be looking for? What is it that they're trying to accomplish? It doesn't matter. We must stop them. I'm very excited about this. My first hand of cards for the Omega Rangers. So cool. I flipped the thing to start the battle. I want to draw my hands first, and then we'll put down some enemies. I'm allowed 7 cards within my hand, so let's just start with doing 2 apiece. So the first one we're going to draw, here we are, this is upside down, for Trini, Find Weakness. 0 cost maneuver, gain 1 energy. The next time any ranger performs an attack during this battle, add 2 guaranteed damage to it. It's a pretty good setup move. Oh, we got another one right here. Omega Forever. So this is the end of turn ability that they each have. End of battle, I should say. Roll 2 dice and deal that much damage to an enemy card of your choice. So we got that. All right, so now we'll draw 2 for Zach. We'll do Air Slash. 1 energy, 3 dice. You may remove up to 2 dice from this attack before rolling. Each die you remove deal 1 damage to an enemy card that has not suffered damage. So at least that puts some damage on the field. Fake Out Strike, 0 cost, 1 dice. Add 1 dice attack for each enemy card adjacent to the target that has suffered damage. Ooh, that's fun. All right, Jason, we got the Omega Katana, already drawing his power weapon here. A 6 dice, you may reroll attack for 3 energy. And then Leading Strike, 1 energy, 3 dice. After rolling, you remove any number of dice from this attack. The next time any ranger performs an attack this turn, add that many dice to it. All right, and we get 1 more draw. I'm going to draw from Zach and see what we got. Okay, so we got Fake Out Strike again. So we got 2 Fake Out Strikes in, in his thing. Add 1 dice to the side. All right, cool. This is a lot of dice here. I feel like this is a lot of dice. All right, Chaos Putty setup. Here we go. All 4 of them going down. It's been a while since I played these guys, so I don't remember what is in their deck. First, Fast. Total Mayhem. Deal 1 damage to each ranger. Increase that by 1 for each panicked location. Oh, okay, so they're just dealing 1 right now because there's no panic locations. That's good. Cause Havoc. Drain 1 energy. Skip the next ranger turn in battle. Nope, don't like that because I don't like skipping turns. And we'll do this for Forced Frenzy. 1 ranger must discard 1 random card from their hand. If it's an attack, deal 2 damage to another ranger, otherwise drain an energy. Oh, no, there's too much energy drain right here. Erratic Movement. While this card is in play, increase the health values of each adjacent enemy card to this card. Okay, no guards. But I am going to put the passive right here on the Cause Havoc because Erratic Movement is increasing the health of this by 1. Now then, 1 ranger must discard 1 random card from their hand. If it's an attack, deal 2 damage to another ranger. So that's going to trigger now because it's a fast card. All right, so we have Jason here. Just kind of flip, whatever, yada, yada, yada. Heads, tails. So we'll just flip that up. That is tails, which is on this side. the Omega Katana gets discarded. So now either Zach or Trini gets 2 damage. We'll give it to Trini. So let's see, 2 damage. So Fine Weakness for 1, and the Omega Maul for 3 going on the bottom. Okay. I'm going to start by doing the Air Slash. I'm going to use an energy right here, and I'm going to go after the Cause Havoc. I may remove up to 2 dice from this attack before rolling. If I do, I can remove 1 damage, or for each dice removed, I can add 1 damage to each card that has not suffered damage. I'm actually going to do that. I am going to spend the 1 energy, and then I'm going to remove 2 dice to put a damage on each one of these cards. So we're just going to take this away because I've spent the energy in order to do that. So, yeah, so I'm just going to be rolling 1 dice now. 1 lonely dice that Zach's going to hit, and he does 1 damage to cause havoc. Okay, that's fun. So I did 1 damage to cause havoc, and then I did 1 damage to total mayhem because I have 2 dice that I got removed, and I'm going to do 1 damage to erratic movement. I am then going to not do anything yet. I can't do anything yet. Total Mayhem has to go first. So we're going to put that into the discard pile for Zach. And then each ranger now has suffered 1 damage. So I'm just going to let them take that 1 damage. All right. 1 damage for Trini. Perfect. Tenacious Blow. That'll go on the bottom. Zach's turn. 3 of his commas, but hey, they're there. And Jason, 1 damage. Perfect. Take the initiative. All on the bottom of that. Well, it is now the beginning of the Ranger's turn, and I'm going to use Omega Air Power. So I get to take that away. I remove a hit token from any 1 enemy card, and then I can place 1 hit token onto up to 2 other enemy cards. So I'm going to remove it from Total Weakness, and then I'm going to put 1 on Erratic Movement and 1 on Cause Havoc, which then defeats Erratic Movement because that's 2 damage. Boom. And because that's gone, the passive has been removed, putting this at 2 health, thus destroying that as well. That's why, oh man, Zach is amazing in that situation. That was great. I also forgot to draw from my characters after doing Zach's turn, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about that. Let's take these 2 away because we'll add them to the power board momentarily. And then we're just going to play Zach again. We're going to do Fake Out Strike over here, which is a 1 dice. Add 1 die that's attacked for each enemy card adjacent to the target that has suffered damage or been defeated. But the other thing I'm going to do, I just want to try out all of their abilities because they are just so much fun. Once per battle, any ranger plays an attack card. They may discard from their hand a card with the same name. If they do, add 2 dice to that attack. We'll take that away. And we'll take this Face Out Strike, the second one in my hand, and toss it. By going up against Total Mayhem, I can go ahead and say that is 2 dice and 4 dice. So it's a 4 dice attack going up against Total Mayhem. And Omega Strike. There we are. Beautiful. Actually, what I'm going to do is I have 2 misses right here for this attack. Omega Firepower. I'm going to go ahead and remove that. And when any ranger performs an attack, which I did, you may remove all misses from that attack. If you do, the next time any ranger performs an attack in this battle, they may add that many dice. The next battle is going to get 2 dice added to their attack roll. The 3 damage went off on here, which was fantastic. This goes to the discard. You are gone. I'm drawing from Jason, getting the Ready Stance, gain 1 energy, deal damage to an enemy card of your choice. 1 damage, place this card on top of your deck, okay? I'm going to play Find Weakness right here, which is a maneuver, gain 1 energy. The next time any ranger performs an attack during this battle, add 2 damage to that attack. So now I'm doing 2 damage and 2 dice to the next thing that I roll. So we'll just put that here, and then I guess we'll just put 2 damage markers here just so we know as well. This is, where did I put that? It's been on the hold the whole time. Yeah, we'll put those over here. So I'll put 2 dice over here. We'll put 2 damage over here, and we'll put the power-up token next to it. So this way I know the next time I do something, I get 2 dice and 2 guaranteed damage. So I'll put this away. I'll draw from Zach just to have something. Tricky Mix-Up. I'm not going to use that yet, but it's something. The Chaos Putty goes. And then this would be, I guess, the end of battle. So then can I play Omega forever now? I'm going to say that I can, because I get to play this card at the end of battle, which is what I just did. I get to roll 2 dice and deal that much damage to an enemy card of my choice. Do I get the other stuff as well? Because technically this says that these are added to the next attack, performs an attack. Omega Forever is a reaction. It's not a targeted attack. So I don't think that I get these added to the, what is it? The actual thing. For the sake of argument, I'm going to say that I do. But you guys are going to let me know down there if that's the case, because it's all about doing it, this battle and everything. And this is the end of the battle, so I don't want to waste all that stuff I did. So we're just going to roll 2 dice, and we're going to add 2 more dice and 2 guaranteed hits. All right, so we know that we have the 2 guaranteed hits for there, and we have our dice. Let's go ahead and just roll it. And it would have been funny if it was a complete whiff, but it is not. It is more than enough to take down the final putty. All right, so that's done. That's defeated. All 4 are gone. We've cleared out the Zord graveyard pretty efficiently. These guys are going to be amazing once the monsters start coming in, which is great. So we did that. Let's head back over to the power board. I'm not going to draw anything else. I'm just going to leave it at that, but I'm going to go 1, 2. So we have 4 enemies that we have defeated. No one used any other, energy, but we will reload their once per battle markers. What else do we want to do? We definitely want to go over to Angel Grove Park, so we'll flip that to move. I think I'm just going to start the battle. We're just going to go ahead and start the battle right from there. Make it just easier that way. Start it up, take care of those 3 Ranger Sentries, and then I can recharge at the beginning of, once that is done and over, because at least then we'll have our first Zord in hand. Boom! All right, in we are. Such a lovely day in the park. A good day to smash some sentries. Cut them up and throw some air currents at them. Sure thing. Defense positions, troopers, sentries, whatever the heck we happen to draw. Speaking of drawing, I do have 2 cards for Jason in my hand. I did start the battle already, so that's that. Ready stance. We have leading slash, which is pretty good. I may actually do that. We also have tricky mix-up. Reaction. Play this card after another ranger resolves an attack. Gain 1 energy. You remove 1 hit token from the target and place 1 hit. Basically, it's a special ability again, and so that is awesome. Let's draw from Trini. We have the Avalanche Swing. 1 energy, 2 dice, and 1 guaranteed damage. If you discard this card from your hand without playing it, you may spend an energy to deal 1 damage to an enemy card of your choice. I know on my breakdown, I think I misread that. I thought that this second part was part of the card. Like when you play the card to do the attack, you could spend a second energy to do this. No, you can only spend the energy to do the damage if you discard this from your hand. I still don't think that I should spend the energy to do that. I think that should be something that just happens if I happen to discard it, but it is what it is. I don't think we're going to draw a second one. Nope, we did Earth Smash, so I know that that's probably really close in her deck, so I'm going to hold on to that. I don't have any doubles, so let's draw from Zach. What do we got here? We got our other Air Slash, so the first one is in his, discard pile, so I'm not going to worry about that. We'll draw from Jason. Take the initiative. Play this card at the start of battle. The ranger may either ignore the fast keyword or ignore guard. All right, cool. So depending on what happens with the troopers, that'll most likely get played right away. I'm going to keep calling them troopers because that's what I see them as with the standee. But once I get little tokens that show the sentries, then I'll probably keep that in mind as I see it. Anyway, Ranger sentries, 3 of them on the field. First one, Dino Charge Gold Vanguard. I hate these guys. Guard, deal 1 damage to each ranger. Increase that damage by 1 for each hit token on this card. So right now it's just dealing 1. Another Dino. Okay, so no guard. That's fine. And okay, Pterodactyl Snipers, fast. Roll 3 dice and deal that much damage to the rangers with the fewest cards in their deck. We're going to put the guard symbol over here just to show that the guard is coming from this side. Paul showed me to do this like when I have multiple cards on the field. Like if there's a card here and a card here and it's guarding, try to put the shield up there just so you can kind of get a good idea of where the particular guard is coming from. And with that, we're actually just going to take the initiative right now. I'm going to spend the 1 energy. And I'm going to choose to ignore fast. I'm going to choose to ignore the fast keywords. This is why I can just start going after the Dino Charge Gold Vanguards. I want to play a card first before the Pterodactyl Snipers go into effect. And definitely use some of Zach's abilities in order to get some damage on them while I'm doing stuff to these guys. So we'll spend the 1 energy and we will take the first turn in battle. And again, we're going to start with an Air Slash. I love this card. This is amazing. I'll take my other energy. I can remove up to 2 dice from this attack before rolling. Each dice removed deals 1 damage to an enemy card of my choice that has not suffered damage yet. Great card to play at the very beginning of this fight. So we'll remove our second energy from our pool. I have plenty in order to put it back in there. And then, of course, these guys all have it as well. 1 dice, I'm going after the very first Dino Charge Gold Vanguard and doing 2 damage to him. Oh, that's amazing. Yes, 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 yes. All right, so bloop, bloop there. And then because of Air Slash, 1 on each one of these sides, which is great and wonderful. So that goes. Draw from Jason again. His other ready stance, that's good. And then Pterodactyl Sniper goes. So I'm going to roll 3 dice and then deal 3 damage to the Ranger with the fewest cards in their deck. Surprisingly, that's all my Rangers. All 3 of the Omegas have 5 cards in their deck. Yes! Yes! I can't wait till I do a breakdown of the Foot Soldiers, because I'm telling you right now, some of these cards, they just mean nothing to me. They are absolutely like whatever style cards. I love it. It's awesome. All right, we're going to go with Leading Slash right here. I'm going to use an energy that's on Jason because I've used them from the pool already. 3 dice attack. After rolling, you may remove any number of dice from this attack. The next time any Ranger performs an attack during this battle, add an equal number of dice to that attack. So anything I remove from here would go towards whatever the next attack is. I am once again aiming Dino Charge Gold Vanguard. Wait, not yet. I'm sorry. It is the beginning of a Ranger's turn. We're going to use Omega Air Power right now, so I'm going to remove that. I can remove 1 hit token from an enemy card of my choice, and then I can do 2 damage to any other charge. So, of course, I'm going to remove this from this Dino Charge. We're going to pop 1 right here, so now that has 3 damage, and I'm going to put this one right here, which officially destroys at least this one. The Pterodactyl Snipers are gonzo, so goodbye to that. And then we'll go with the Leading Slash. I just really need 1 damage in order to do something. Oh, you know what? I'm removing 2 dice from this attack to add to the next attack that I do from a Ranger. Oh my god, these Omegas are amazing. So we did 1 damage here to this guy, which is all we needed for this thing to be defeated. Oh, this is amazing. I love it. Oh, it's so good. This also means we get a Zord, and we get our first Omega Zord as well. I'm just going to draw from Trini really quickly before we do anything else. Another Avalanche Swings. That's 2 Avalanche Swings. Oh, that's amazing. I've put these 2 dice over here next to the power boost. This way I know the next attack will get a boost. We've defeated 2 more enemies, so I'm literally just going to take all of these out because that would be 6. We would go from level 0 to level 1, and our first Zord is Omega Red. Exhaust this card when any Ranger performs an attack. Add 1 dice to that attack. Any Ranger may exhaust another Zord card to add 3 dice. Well, it's your only one I have, but hey, I'll add a dice. And I got to remember to remove his energy from Jason as well. All right, I think I'm going to use an Earth Smash for taking out this Dino Charge Gold Vanguard. It's a 2 dice attack. It's actually 2 more dice, so it's a 4 dice attack going up against this thing. This actually went, so now it is our turn again, by the way. After you resolve this attack, you may choose cards with a total of up to 2 shields from your discard pile and place them on the bottom of your deck in any order. So up to 2 shields would go onto the bottom. But let me roll the 4 dice first, which is, again, 2 dice from this, and then 2 dice from, From Jason's Leading Slash. Oh, you know what else I'm going to do? Let's make it 5 dice. Let's actually activate the Omega Red Zord and add 1 dice to the attack. I don't have any other Zords or whatever in order to add an additional 3 dice. But hey, 5 dice going up against a 4 health card. This game is leading me into a false sense of security with how good I'm doing against all of these Foot Soldiers here. Yeah, all right. Oh, come on. Seriously? Omega now? Omega forever. And boom goes the hammer, and away goes the Dino Charge Gold Vanguard. Shebang. All right. Sweet. Oh, that's awesome. So we're just going to get rid of that. I'm not going to draw anything else because we've now hit the end of this particular battle. That's it. I only have 1 more. Oh, I got to do... So I'm actually going to take both Find Weaknesses right here from Trini because they have 1 shield apiece, and I'm just going to put them on the bottom of her deck. And that's really it. We're going to move this over here. I used one of her energy. All right, so what else am I going to do now? I have 1 left. I definitely am going to do a recharge with it for the end here. It's just, I would have rather have done Trini and Jason, but I don't think there's enough shields in her deck. All right, so I am just going to go ahead and do this, and I'm going to do Zach and Jason. Zach gets his full 6 back, because remember, when you're playing solo, whenever you do a recharge action, you recharge 2 of your Rangers for 6 shields apiece. That's just how it works for solo. So this is everything that's in Zach's discard pile, so he's actually fully powered up again. Jason gains an energy back, and I'm going to give him the Omega Katana and the leading slash. Take the Initiative is in the discard pile as well, but that's a 2 shield, and that would be more than 6. So wanted to get as many shields as possible back into his deck, and that's the best way I can do it. With that said, we have reached the end of this round. Let's go ahead and reset here. We'll head back to the big board and start our deployment for the next round. You get this back. Wish you had an energy, but that's all right. I'll get it back at some point. Okay, our Rangers are hanging out here in the park after a nice successful day of fighting, taking in the sights and whatnot. Ernie's Juice Bar still has 2 guys, and the Resistance Hideout still has 2 guys. And now that we are in round 2 of this, a monster is going to spawn, but let's see who it is. All right, first deployment, we have, another Macedon Trooper at the Juice Bar. I guess they just wanted to go and see what their buddies are doing. Hate 1 deployments in the first 2 rounds. Like, 1 deployment should come at round 3 when I need it, or round 4 when I just don't care and just want to fight the boss. But it's all a matter of the shuffle, as they say. Oh, wow, okay. That's going to panic that location. 3 Hyper Putties to the Resistance Hideout. And I'm going to need to get rid of all 3, or all 5 of them, which is 2 battles worth of putties, in order to remove that panic token. That's not good, considering a boss is going to go somewhere, and they can't go here because the figure limit has been reached. But even still, round 2 with 3 buddies, sound good to me. Oh god, another 1 Macedon Trooper going to the Zord Graveyard. He's just going to hang there for a while. And down you go right there, sir. 1 of 6, all right. 2 more draws. The first draw is 3 Macedon Troopers at the Resistance. Wow, they all just want to go to that hideout for some crazy reason. But the party's full over here, so all 3 actually are going to go up over here. All right, so that's 2 3s and 2 1s in this first draw, or in this second draw here. So I had did I have all 2s in the last one? I think I had all 2s in the last deployment. Now I have 2 1s and 2 3s. See how this all evens out? It's very fascinating that way. That's how you know the game was designed well. And we have 2 Macedon Troopers, and we have going to Ernie's Juice Bar. So the monster's going to go first before these guys go in. So whatever it is, this is going to go to the Juice Bar, and it is the Ranger Slayer. And here she is, Kimberly Ann Hart, brainwashed and gone completely psycho because of Lord Drakon, the one that's going to go around and just basically destroy and kill and find as many Rangers as she can and put an arrow through them. So this is before she became a good guy, well, a anti-hero at this point, whatever she is. She's going to go to Ernie's Juice Bar with 1 other Macedon Trooper. Or Ranger Sentry, whatever you want to call them. So there we go. So that's the figure limit of 5. I still have 1 left. Can't go here. It's going to go up here to the Zord Graveyard. Not panicking that, which is fine. But this gets panicked, however. Okay, so strategy time. All right, so ideally what I like to do, because I have 5 action tokens, is use 1 to come to where the monster is and defeat them, because defeating the monster will not only get us another Zord, but it will also get us another action token. However, the problem is that I want to try to get more Zords on my team before I do anything else, because the Zords are they're 100% the key in order to be able to do basically anything. So, all right, I think what I'm going to do, this may seem silly, but I'm going to take the team. We're going to go up here to the Zord Graveyard. We're going to do a fight and try to get rid of as many of these guys as possible. If I can get rid of 4, that would mean I would only need 1 more foot soldier defeated in order to get a Zord. Then I could jump down over here, at least defeat 1 of these guys to get the second Zord, and then fight Kim and then get my 3rd Zord. So hopefully by the end of this, I want to have all 3 Omega Zords in my possession, but I need to get them first. So yeah, so we're going to spend 1 action here, 2 actions to fight, 3 action to jump, 4 to fight, 5 to fight if I need to. If I need to fight her twice, I can always have another fight here in order to beat her. If not, then I would have another action I would have 2 actions to recharge, which may be what I need to do. I may need to recharge before I even go into her, depending on what these Ranger Sentries do to me. So that's what we're doing. 1, 2, 3, and then 4 to fight or 4 to battle. We'll see as it goes. The Omega Ranger has become unexhausted. I'm just going to leave that off the camera, but you know that I can use that. Everybody has their stuff. Let's move to the Zord Graveyard, and then we're going to go ahead and initiate that battle. We'll put 2 energy here. I'm going to try. I'm probably most likely going to use them because I need energy to do stuff. But at the very least, hopefully I'll get something back, and Trini can get an energy back onto her card. Booyah! Back to Graveyard is where we are. And again, instead of the Hyper Putties or the Chaos Putties jumping around trying to find stuff, I guess these guys are trying to find armaments and weapon upgrades for their weapons in order to defeat these super-powered Omega Rangers. I don't like not going to a spot with a boss first thing during round 2 because I really want to get in there and get that token, but this feels like the right play. You guys can let me know down in the comment section below how you would play it, what your strategy would be for this, but this is what I'm going with, and I think this is going to work out great. So let's see what we have in hand and draw up to our 7. So Trini actually has 2 Avalanche Swings in her hand, which is great because I can use her ability to discard one of them, I would spend 2 energy, 1 energy to play, and if I wanted to spend another energy to deal 1 damage, I could, which again, I wish that was free, but at the very least, I can use her special ability and make this a 4 dice 1 attack, and hopefully beat something quickly. I also have 2 ready stances in my hand for Jason, which is great. Gain 1 energy, deal 1 damage to a card of my choice. That might be something I could use for later, especially if I have Zach doing something. Speaking of which, I have Tricky Mix-Up for Zach. I'm going to draw another one from him. We get the Omega Commas, 3 energy, 3 dice, deal 3 damage divided among any number of enemies adjacent to the target. Okay, that's pretty good. That'll avoid guard. And I'll put 1 more in. Air Slash. I love Air Slash so much. It sets up his special abilities so perfectly. Air, Omega Air, things along that way. So, all right, I think I have a pretty good starting run here. So we're just going to leave it at this and see what 4, sentries come into play. At this point, I wouldn't mind if it started with those snipers. I can't be lucky twice in a row getting a that type of miss. Oh no, I had the Silver Space Scout starting. During the next Ranger turn, this battle increased the energy cost of all cards by 1. So this turn right here next to them would all be up by 1. That's not good. Sabertooth Commandos deal 2 damage to 2 different Rangers. Guard passive. While this card is in play, each time an adjacent enemy card deals damage or drains energy, increase it by 1. And there we go. All right, so the Pterodactyl Snipers go there then, and they are fast. All right, so this is the only thing that's guarded, the Sabertooth things, and then you have a passive on you that I need to remember that adjacent enemies deal damage. Oh, so you're doing 3 damage to 2 different Rangers twice. Oh, that's not good. I got to get rid of you. Oh, very fast. Speaking of fast, Pterodactyl Snipers, 3 damage dealt to deal that much damage to the Ranger with the fewest cards in their deck. That happens to be Trini. Let's see how much damage she takes. She takes 3 damage from the snipers. This is going to eat away at her a bit, but we'll see what we got. That's 1. All right. 2, 3, and the maul goes on the bottom. All right, so that wasn't so bad. All right, so she's going to get her revenge right now. We're going to need to spend 1 energy, and we're going to do the Avalanche Swing, and I'm going to be targeting the Silver Space Scouts right here. In addition to that, there's no damage on the field, so I don't have to worry about the air power. But I'm going to use Omega Earth Power, summoning her strength to discard this. I'm not going to pay the other energy. I've actually just paid 1 right here to do the Avalanche Swing. I'm not going to pay the other energy in order to deal 1 damage to a card of my choice. I have other ways that I can do stuff with that. But by doing this, I am going to add 2 more dice to the attacks. This is a 4 dice, 1 guaranteed hit against the Silver Space Scouts, which have 3 health. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and do 4 dice plus 1 guaranteed hit. Okay. Perfect. Omega Firepower activates, so I get to remove all miss results from that attack. And if I do, the next Ranger performs an attack with that many dice. I did 2 damage plus 1 guaranteed hit from the Avalanche Swing, and then poof, these go away, which is 1, 2, 3 to the Silver Space Scouts here. Beautiful, fantastic. So we'll remove 1 of those. We'll put this here, and then I have 2 dice. We'll make it like this. So now I know I have 2 dice as a power boost for my next attack. That is awesome. This will go to the discard. I will draw from Jason. Omega Katana. Oh boy, all right. This triggers, and now we go again. All right, this is going to seem weird, but I'm going to try this. I'm going to play the Omega Commas. Yes, it's 3 energy. I have the 3 energy in the pool, but then I can deal 3 damage divided among any number of adjacent targets to my target. I'm taking a 3 dice attack, and I'm going up against the Tyrannosaurus sentries right here. Trust me, I have a plan. I think I can do this. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3 right out of the board here. Remember, not only is it a 3 dice attack, it is now a 5 dice attack because of Omega Firepower. Oh, what a crazy amount of firepower that is. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, Mega Forever. Oh boy, okay. Oh, that's more than enough, but I don't have anything else to do with it. All right. Okay, so boom, 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 all that's there. That's been taken out like so. And then the 3 damage from the commas. Obviously, I'm going after the Sabertooth Commandos. Boom, 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 and taking them out as well. I still have a valid target on the field. Even though I don't have anything else going on, I still have a valid target that I can play cards to. And I'm not going to draw anything, but this is going to go to Zach's discard pile. So I have 2 turns. Ready? Here we go. So the Ranger Sentries would go, and then I would play Ready Stance. Gain 1 energy, deal 1 damage to an enemy card of my choice. Then this would go on top of my deck. So that would go here. Then these Ranger Sentries would go, and I have my other Ready Stance in my hand, thus doing another damage to a card of my choice and putting 2 energy back into the main pool and defeating the Pterodactyl Snipers. So that means out of all this, 3 more guys are gone, leaving only 1 left at the Zord Graveyard. He's just going to chill here by himself. I'm not going to worry about that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add 2 energy back to the pool, and now we are officially at the end of the round. 3 more go here, 2, 3, which is great because this was the 4 that we used in order to fight. What am I going to do? I'm going to have... Who is going to absorb these at the end of this fight? Jason or Zach? I'm going to have Zach and Trini absorb them because they seem to be the ones that I use a lot of their cards for. You for the air slash, and then you for most of your other stuff. I hope you don't need it, but that's going to be fine. All right. And I don't need to do any type of recharging, even though Trini doesn't have... You know what? I'm going to put it over here to Jason instead because Trini has a lot of cards in her discard pile, so I'm going to be drawing mostly from these 2 for the game. Otherwise, that was a very successful run. I love it. Amazing. Now we're going to move to the juice bar, and we're going to start a fight with the Ranger Slayer over there. I'm not going to do any type of recharging. Instead, we're just going to put some energy into the pool, straighten all this out, because as I'm doing stuff, it's getting apparently wacky on the camera. I apologize. Let's head to the juice bar and see if the Ranger Slayer is buying rounds for everybody.